Famous Battle of Vimy Ridge also holds special meaning for David Dossett, who's a direct descendant of a Canadian World War I soldier. He was chosen to participate in a unique film production that aims to give audiences a deeper sense of this defining event in Canada's past. The actor says it was an experience he will never forget.
It's me with Justin Trudeau. That was outside the mine scene just before the Battle of Vimy.
As Canadians from coast to coast prepare to recognize the 90th anniversary of the Battle of Vimy Ridge, a Kingston artist is preparing for his Canadian film debut. Last summer, Dave Dossett spent 2 weeks reliving the grief and glory of the First World War. David's grandfather was a soldier in the Great War. That close tie, plus his artistic abilities, made him a perfect volunteer candidate for the living history component of the Great War project.
The first one is the Great War, which is a 2-part, 4-hour series. Now that will be the actual docudrama, and they will see some historic reenactments mixed in with a bit of drama, and they'll be focusing on some Canadian war heroes like Tubbo Papineau, who was very brave in battle and who died a tragic death, who probably could have been a future Prime Minister of Canada at the time.
The CBC and Galafilm's docudrama was filmed in rural Quebec. David and the other direct descendants were transformed into soldiers. They lived in an encampment and marched into the trenches. They took part in vivid battle recreations to experience what their ancestors went through in the killing grounds of Europe.
Boot camp for 2 weeks. I learned how to march, how to take orders. I learned the military life. And I learned how to handle a rifle, fire a rifle, and do everything I needed to do to be prepared for the battle scenes.
David says it was hard work, but the experience left him with a greater understanding of what the troops went through.
We took Vimy when no one else could, and no one expected us to. And when Canadians were gassed, they were the first that were gassed ever in battle, and they didn't run, and that's what I think people should remember.
Dossett says he hopes these stories of bravery, close calls, broken hearts, and patriotism will continue to be passed down for generations to come.
The Great War documentary will air this Sunday at 8 o'clock on CKWS. Part 2 airs Monday evening. Turning